my goal here is to get better every day. Even if I do play bad, golf was not something I plan on ever playing again. It's hard. This game is hard, but so is life. You don't see the results of all the hard work you're putting in, because what people don't know, and this is the first time I'm talking about this, but
2008 comes around, you win the Wachovia, you win the AT&T National, and then you famously have your Sunday charge against Sergio Garcia, which as an American who's gung-ho America, who loves it as much as anybody, we could not have been more pumped not only to see you do it, but to go out and take Sergio down 5-4. And I got to ask the question. I've heard this once from you, but the viewer needs to know. You were on full blackout mode, the right kind of blackout mode, and we're taking down Sergio. The match is over, and you're charging to the next tee box, and they have to stop you and go, AK, you won.
yeah.
Okay, story on that.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really keeping score. I was actually frustrated that I lost the 10th hole. It was a par 5 that I should have birdied, and he made birdie, and I didn't get it up and down for a birdie there, and so I was frustrated about that. Missed a putt that was makeable on 11. So I wasn't thinking about what was behind me. I was just trying to make as many birdies as I could, and I definitely didn't know what was going on. I actually thought that I may have made a mistake, or they were going to give me a penalty for something when the rules official told me to get back there. But played well. Sergio obviously didn't play his best that day, but that was one of probably the 3 or 4 most exciting golf moments of my career.
My dad and I were screaming at the TV that day, and that was, I mean, as far as a fan, that was one of my top 5. And just having known you, having played against you, and just knowing the competitor you are, and knowing the competitor, that it's always better when the competitor is a competitor.
Yeah.
You know, when that guy wants it as bad as you do, it makes it more fun to beat him.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think I was hoping to get that pairing.
That's awesome.
Just because of his career,
Yeah.
what he's done, especially in Ryder Cups and against U.S. players. I don't think winning 5-4 against some of the other players would have felt the same.
Right.
But, you know, Sergio was still younger at the time. I was obviously young. And so to be able to compete at that level was great. Glad that I got to experience that, because there's no greater feeling than putting the red, white, and blue on for the U.S. and going out there and competing and obviously getting a W.
I believe it was that year you got down to number 8 in the world. Okay, 2 times winning, helping the Americans to a Ryder Cup, 8 in the world. Now, last question about the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
As somebody who played a junior Ryder Cup and was in the leadership role in another one, what was that celebration like with the team that night on a Sunday night after you take down Serge and you guys end up getting a big W with the U.S.?
I think I blacked out twice that day then, because we had a big party. But mind you, the guys on the team were all older, and they had families. They wanted to eat dinner, you know, have a beer or 2 and go to sleep. And I was already drinking at the club, you know. So it was a different party. I didn't spend too much time with the guys after, because they were ready to go to bed. It's an exhausting week.
It is
right?
an exhausting week.
It's very fun. Now I wish I wish I had my family. I wish I had Bella. I wish I had Emily to be able to really enjoy and soak in that moment, because I hate to say this, but I don't remember a lot of that tournament.
Yeah.
It goes by fast. And unfortunately, I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't making the right decisions to be able to enjoy the moment the way it should be.
Yeah. So now let's backtrack about a year. The minute LIV started, I go, we might be seeing AK again in competition. And I told Pitty that. I said, what a guy. If I'm at all up there in LIV, I'm seeking Anthony out and working around the clock to get this guy to play. Because whether it's going to be awesome right away or whether it's going to be a little bit of a grind to get back into, people will love watching it. People will be excited about it. I mean, I didn't root for you for tournament to tournament. I rooted you round by round, hole by hole. I was just looking for birdies. I was looking for you to put a round together because I, as a golfer, understand what it's like now. Here I am 15 years removed from playing competitive golf, and I have to go out and play every once in a while, my 1 round or 2 rounds every 6 months. And, the guys want to throw some money on it, and I know how I feel being in that situation. I can't imagine hanging the clubs up for that period of time and then having what some could feel as a tremendous amount of pressure to perform. Explain a little bit about your feelings coming back into LIV as the year progressed, all the way to where now, we're looking back a week ago, you're on the Asian tour with some of the better players in the world out there on the weekend contending after posting up what I believe was a 65 on Friday.
64.
64. Yes.
No,
I love that.
A lot of thoughts. First of all, so grateful that LIV gave me an opportunity to play. Golf was not something I plan on ever playing again. Things happen at the right time. And I had just gotten out of rehab. And some guy randomly wrote on Twitter. And I did not have Twitter at the time. I don't even know if I had, I didn't have Instagram at the time. And I got a message from my friend and it said that I had, congratulations on signing with LIV. And I was still in my outpatient program in rehab. So that was not at all true. So I got to thank whoever that person was. Without that, I don't think I would have had opportunities to play golf. Nor did I want to play golf. So that wasn't on my radar. But the fact that this random person wrote that, it started getting some attention. I'm a competitor, right? Whether we're playing a game of horse or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I want to win. And I knew going into it that I would be so far behind. I would be getting my teeth kicked in every week, especially playing against some of the guys, right? Like Bryson, DJ, Brooks, all the big names. I knew I was going to have to climb this mountain, and it was going to take everything I had. Can't be distracted. I have to focus. And I didn't know if I was ready for that responsibility, being fresh out of rehab. But I got some clubs. I said, give me 2 weeks to decide what I'm going to do. I went and hit some balls, played a few holes, ended up figuring out I could still hit the ball. And I thought I was swinging it well, right? I have old videos of how I was swinging it. I thought it looked great, and it was trash now that I look back to see where I'm at now. But it was a tough decision. I was not going to do it. I'd originally said yes, that I would play. Right before I was going to make the decision, I decided I wasn't going to play. And my wife and I were having a conversation in the backyard, and she said, no matter what you do, nobody has ever gotten this opportunity to come back after over a decade away from any sport. And I want you to show your daughter, no matter if you fail, which there's a good chance you'll fail, but I want you to show your daughter that you're working towards something and set an example for her, because this opportunity to be a dad may never come again. We're lucky to have Bella. She came 3 months early, and she's the biggest blessing of our lives, but I may not have this chance again. So I called up and I said, I'll be ready to go. Give me a couple months. And so 2 months later, I was in Saudi Arabia hitting my first tee shot.
What was that like competing initially? And, first tee feel, trying to close good round feel, the feeling of just having one more tournament go by where it wasn't exactly what you were hoping for. What was that like this last year?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's massively frustrating.
Yeah.
Very disappointing every week. Even though you're trying to see the positive, it's hard. It's hard. This game is hard, but so is life. So is going to work every day. You don't see the results of all the hard work you're putting in. And I don't care about getting credit from other people. I know that I'm better than that, right? And that part was frustrating. It's still frustrating. There's zero part of me that is dejected. There's zero part of me that doesn't think I'm going to get there. There's zero part of me that thinks this isn't for me, because I know who I am more than I ever have. And as a human being, as a person, as a man, as a leader of my family, that's more important than the results right now. Because I do believe I have a few years of good golf in me.
Because when you hung up the clubs, I think this is important for people to know. It wasn't like some people, when they quit golf, we quit competition, and oh, by the way, we still go hit some balls and play with our boys on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like, you did not touch a golf club literally for a very, very long time. What happened there, bud?
Life hit me fast. I didn't know what my purpose was to be on this planet. You know, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't have kids. I wasn't married. I have an amazing wife, Emily, that has stood by me through all the stupid, ridiculous decisions I've made, which is hard to find these days, right? Like social media, Instagram, Twitter, all this is a SportsCenter highlight reel of your life. Supposedly, nobody has a bad day. I put a picture up on Instagram of some throw up in a toilet when I got to Mexico because I had gotten food poisoning. And the reason I did that, and I got a lot of backlash from it, but I literally care zero, because that's what happens when you travel across the world for 3 weeks. Absolutely. Right? You get sick, you have bad days, you have a flat tire. Absolutely. Real life is watching your daughter have a meltdown and being able to do nothing about it for an hour, right? Like, my wife was trying to bring Bella out, and she had a complete meltdown. And she promised me no meltdowns, by the way. So this morning, you're gonna have bad days. When people are putting a smile on your face, you don't know what they're going through, so have some empathy towards other people, right? It's so easy to judge people by a reaction, by a decision they make, because I've made plenty of bad decisions, but it's so easy to judge them by that moment. I would be a hypocrite to say I didn't get a second opportunity, and a higher power did that for me.
Big Kev, get under here, get some face-on views of this guy.
Even if there's a ton of trouble on the left, I'm gonna aim there. And if it goes in the water, it goes in the water. But I'm not gonna play scared. I've never played scared. I will say that the first year I was protecting from this hazard or this out of bounds. Okay, so I drop another ball, right? Like, let's get that one up and down. If it doesn't get up and down, you make a double, whatever happens, go make 2 birdies, and eventually you'll grow more confidence from doing that than just playing scared all day. You will never get better, right? You will stay the same, and my goal here is to get better every day. Even if I do play bad, it's okay. Like, that's what I'm trying to teach my daughter, is we're gonna make mistakes even if we're doing the right thing.
Absolutely.
But the goal is to keep that mindset strong and say, I'm gonna get to that goal no matter how hard I have to bang my head against the wall. Like, I'm gonna get there. I don't do whatever it takes to get there, right? And I'm sober now. I'm coming up on 3 years. What I've learned through sobriety is how much this game translates to life. You know, not every day is the same. You got to just keep working every single day. Every morning I wake up, I pray. And I've never been a religious person. I'm not super religious now, but I started praying every morning to keep the demons away and help me be the best dad I could be. I've been humbled tremendously, but having my daughter and being able to teach her these life lessons from what I've learned in this game is why I feel like I'm more attached to this game than ever. Who cares what I shot? My daughter had a great day, and that's the most important thing, right? Like, I started writing in my gratitude journal that one of my very close friends sent me while I was in rehab. I write 3 things I'm grateful for every morning. And Then the next morning, I write 3 things that I was grateful for that happened later that day through the night. And that has put so much in perspective, and it's just, it takes 2 minutes. But to me, it's changed my life. And that's why I came out with my own journal. And it's not to make money, because what people don't know, and this is the first time I'm talking about this, but the reason that I came out with this journal is because it saved my life. And the second reason is because I'm donating this money, right? Like I just talked about, hey, I did this. That's why I'm telling you, this is the first time I even talk about stuff like this, because I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's right to help people, and I think it's right to put people in position to help other people.
Love a comeback story. So do a lot of people. It's not just a comeback in golf, it's a comeback in life. One of the best stories that I've been around, and you know, it's a pleasure for me to call you a friend, but I did want to ask you about that next goal of yours and what you would like to do to help others in a way that, you know, you were also helped, and that would be.
Obviously this game and playing better gives me a bigger platform, but whether I affect or am able to help motivate people, whether it be 1, whether it be 1 million, whether it be 10 million, I'm not worried about that result. I'm worried about what I can do to pay it forward because the blessings I've got in my life. I obviously was in a rehab facility, and it was the reason that I'm here today. Without that, I was trying to get sober. I was trying to dig out of this mental illness that I had, which was really severe. My goal in the future is to start a rehab facility, bring golf into the picture, because I think this game teaches you so many lessons. It makes you appreciate nature, it makes you appreciate being outside. When I wasn't playing golf, I was not leaving my place for 3 weeks at a time, for that extended time. Even when I would get back from a golf tournament, I would basically lock myself in the house and invite people in, and that's it. But my goal is to start a rehab facility and help people that are really struggling, because it's so easy, especially with the social media, to think that you're not doing well. It's so easy. I hate that for my daughter, and I know I'm on social media a lot, but I hate that for my daughter, that you compare your life next to somebody else's, but you don't know what's actually happening.
Beautiful. So for me, pretty fun today. Some of the most enjoyable time I've had on the driving range, period. But
No,
I gotta tell you that.
it.
And I appreciate you so much. I know this is not something that you typically do at all.
Yeah.
And at all. And for you to spend this time and being transparent as you are, open up, let us ask any question. But you know, for me, AK as a competitor, being a fan of yours, and now being able to call you a friend, it's a life's privilege, buddy. And
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love what you're doing.
Appreciate you very much.
All right, brother.
Hey, thank you.
Here we
Thanks,
are
bro.
at the beautiful Fairmont Grand Del Mar and the Grand Golf Club, the home of Porzak Golf, where golf is not just considered a sport, it's a lifestyle.
The Porzak Golf membership will take you on an immersive journey that blends performance, lifestyle, and the spirit of the game like never before.
This membership is geared towards helping you play the best golf of your life and enjoy the greatest game ever played. For more information on what your membership includes, click the link below.